All right, let's talk about a story where the fundamental rules of existence just start to unravel. We're going to dive into what happens when the very fabric that holds our world together begins to, well, break.
So, where does our story kick off? It starts with the most basic thing imaginable, a time, specifically night. A moment that's already shrouded in darkness and a deep, deep uncertainty. And from that time, we get a place, a desolate, empty shore. But this isn't that peaceful, relaxing kind of quiet. You know the feeling? It's the silence of something important being gone. And right into that emptiness, something appears. But it's not a sound, it's not a person, it's just this undeniable presence, an anomaly, something that just shouldn't be there. And this presence, which is basically a glitch in the universe's programming, it speaks directly to our main character, Akira. And its first words? They're not a friendly hello, they're an accusation. It tells her, the only reason you can even perceive me is because you're the one who broke reality to begin with.
And that really gets to the heart of what we're talking about today. I mean, forget everyday problems. What do you do when the entire operating system of the universe gets a fatal error and just starts to fall apart?
Okay, so to even begin to understand this reality-breaking glitch, you first have to know what caused it. And it turns out, the world isn't breaking because something new showed up, it's breaking because something that was vital, something that held it all together, is now gone.
Now, your first thought, and Akira's too, is probably that this missing entity, this original observer, was some kind of villain, right? A warden they needed to get away from. But was that really the case?
The answer is no. Just a flat-out, kind of chilling no. They weren't fighting against a jailer. They had just knocked out a crucial support pillar for the whole building.
And this is where everything flips. The observer's true purpose wasn't malevolent at all. He was the stabilizing force. His consciousness was the single point that fixed reality in place, keeping it from just dissolving into pure chaos.
Now, it's really important to get this. The observer wasn't a god or a king. Think of it more like a function, a necessary point of consciousness that gave structure to everything else. You know, it's this fascinating idea that kind of touches on real-world physics and philosophy. This concept that observation itself is what solidifies reality out of infinite possibilities. So without it, you get glitches. You get a universe that can't even hold its own shape.
Okay, so the problem is on the table. The universe needs an anchor. Simple enough. But how in the world do you create a new one? Well, this next part explores the plan, and its absolutely staggering price.
So the glitch, it lays out a formula, a recipe, if you will. You need 3 ingredients. The first 2 are already just mind-bendingly huge, a consciousness that can hold the entire universe, and a connection to every single living thing. But it's that third ingredient that completely changes the game.
That source that defies logic? It's love. But we're not talking about a simple emotion here. In the logic of this universe, love is a fundamental, system-altering force. It's something that isn't bound by the cold, hard rules of cause and effect, which makes it the only thing powerful enough to actually rewrite them. But you can't just reboot reality for free. There's always a cost to making a fundamental change like this. And in this case, the price isn't just high, it's absolute. The sacrifice required is everything, your entire self. To become the new anchor, Akira has to give up her consciousness, her individuality, everything that makes her, her. She wouldn't die, not exactly. She'd become the very fabric of the world, no longer a person living in it. So that's a pretty impossible choice to have to make. But what if the choice itself is built on a flawed premise? This is where the story takes a massive turn, because it turns out there's a flaw in the system's rules. Right at the very last second, as Akira is about to make this ultimate sacrifice, the glitch steps in and drops an absolute bombshell. The idea that the anchor has to be a single person, that's just a rule from the old broken system. The rules aren't what they thought they were. The observer doesn't have to be just one person.
And just like that, the entire game changes. This is a complete paradigm shift. The old system, it demanded the sacrifice of an individual. But this new possibility, it's revolutionary. It's about a shared existence. See, the anchor doesn't have to be a person. It can be the connection between people.
So what does that actually look like in practice? How do you make a connection the anchor for all of reality? In this last part, we get to see how Akira and her companion Neo managed to forge a completely new path forward.
And this is it. This is the new solution. It's not about one person sacrificing themselves for the other anymore. It's about their bond, their love, becoming the actual structural force. Us, together, is the new foundation for the world.
And the consequences are just profound. Love literally becomes the new architecture of this reality. And with this new stable system in place, the glitch, which was really just an error message from the old system, is no longer needed, so it just fades away. Reality is whole again, but its foundation is now something totally, radically new.
So they did it. They saved the world and they saved each other. They're alive and they're together. But there's a catch. By becoming the anchor, by having their very connection woven into the fabric of existence, they become something more than human, and maybe something other than human.
And this leaves us with one final haunting thought. An entire reality built not on a single stable point, but on the bond between two people. A bond that is incredibly powerful, yes, but also potentially fragile. It really makes you wonder, what happens to everyone and everything if that bond ever breaks?